All right, the first word is algorithm. An algorithm is kind of a process or a set of rules or calculations, and it will make some decision, right? So, for example, on Facebook uses many algorithms, right? If I'm friends with Yejin and Suin, and Suin and Yejin are friends with all the other students here, then I'll get some suggestion by Facebook. Aaron, do you know Nayan? Do you know Surim? They're friends with your friends, right? That's kind of like part of an algorithm. And maybe I like, Nike shoes and Reebok shoes and all these other things. And Facebook, they'll do some calculations. Wow, then the same people who like Nike shoes also like this singer. Right? There's kind of some calculation that they do. The things you like, other people like these things, but also this. That's a calculation. We call it algorithm. Next is tweak. Tweak means to make a little change or a little fix, right? So let's say our Talk Sharp lessons are perfect, except maybe we do too many vocabulary words. Okay, so many students say, seven vocabulary words? How about next time 4 or 5, right? So I said, okay, I'll tweak the lesson plans a little bit. So the next week and next week, there are only 4 or 5 vocabulary words. It's kind of a tweak, right? Little change. 3 is replenish, to fill up something again. Replenish is kind of like serious or vocabulary style word, right? I wouldn't go up to this cafe and say, could you please replenish my coffee? It sounds a little bit, like I'm studying for a vocabulary test, right? It's like, really? Replenish your coffee, right? Replenish would be, let's say the weather in Korea is really bad. The rice farmers, they have a bad year. The rice doesn't grow. Maybe 80% of it died. So the rice storage is empty. So they buy, like 1 million kilograms of rice from Indonesia to replenish the rice storage in Korea, right? Or maybe a spaceship is down, the gas, the fuel is down almost to 0. So they go to some station or something and they fill up the gas, they replenish their gas supply. Yeah. One more example. Also could be like an athlete. They exercise a lot, lose all of their energy and vitamins, so they eat a good meal and sleep and replenish their energy. Okay, a demographic. Demo means people. That's like the Latin root. And graphic means like kind of writing or measure. So this is a group of people. That's what it means. A specific group of people. Right here in Talk Sharp, we have our students are usually a certain demographic. They're usually young professionals or young workers, right? Usually we don't get children. We don't get retired people. Okay, it's a special demographic that usually comes to this class. Another demographic would be the company that you're investing in. You invest in them because there's a growing demographic. That demographic is older people who maybe need some teeth attention, right? Another demographic would be maybe high school boys or adults who smoke. That's a demographic. Okay? A specific group. So marketing really cares about demographics, right? The demographic in Hongdae is usually young, artsy, or party people. The demographic in Mokdong is usually families, right? So, next, edgy. So on the edge of something is kind of like risky or the new area. So edgy means like the brand new style, right? The newest style, the newest fashion, maybe a little bit risky or dangerous style, right? So if somebody's edgy, that means maybe they have like some earrings that are really big or some pink mohawk, right? That could be like edgy a little bit, but edgy could also be, a lot of people in Apgujeong, just like brand new fashion. I can't really think of examples, but anyway. Sorry? Weird? Doesn't really mean weird, just maybe extreme. If you go to Hongdae and there's some bar with like a lot of bands with new styles, you could say, oh, that's a really edgy bar. Everybody there has a lot of like new fashion and really cool music, hip style. So young people are usually edgy. Yeah. Next, attribute. An attribute is a characteristic, a trait. So the attributes of Yejing, maybe she is respectful, she enjoys learning. Okay. Attributes of Sorim, maybe she's studious, she really likes to read books, or she likes to travel. Okay, that's her characteristic, her attribute. Maybe she is short-tempered, she gets angry easily. Okay, that could be an attribute. Fabrication means a creation, something manufactured. Often we use it when we talk about somebody creating some information that isn't true. So the news, sometimes they fabricate stories, right? So maybe I make a story about TalkSharp students are cheating on tests, but it's not true. But I write a big story about how it's really happening, even though it's not. That's fabricating a lie. Fabricating a story. Yeah, to make something. So usually I hear it like fabricating lies or fabricating stories, fabricating something. In this example, it's talking about fabricating some items in the factory. I guess that's true. It's used like that too, yeah. And this story is about making clothing. So they fabricate, some shirts or something.